There we go. Looks like we're ready. So I'll change the screen already. Make a game time prediction. All right, I think 12.5 minutes. That's my game time prediction. All right, so here we go. Mercury starting in control, doing a 3-2 split, and we're seeing down in subsector. So same start point, same start point. So if you're asking for an even match right now, I don't think you can get even more even than this. They both have had the same starting locations as aliens. So we should see who is the better player here. B1 and Fix now in Skylights, just building up that RT. Fix shooting down the hallway. We taking some chip damage as he moves off. Sola skulking through those vents back and forth, not knowing what to do. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we got in East Junction a 3-Marine push. We got Llama, Valde, and Toby moving into that blueprint of that RT in C12. I don't think I see any aliens around there, but right away, as we can see, we're seeing the same, look at this, same strategy, 2 Gorge strategy over in Nanogrid as they sisted right up to there. So this is basically the same thing. We're seeing we now chomping on that RT, 79% in Skylights. We is in trouble, and he ends up going down. B1 does take him down. He's going to be joined by Fix. We do have a Drifter on the map there, which is going to relay some important enemy troop movement information to Saunamen, and we see that Nate is playing a little bit of defense outside Nanogrid, and right away Mercury running straight into Pipeline, building up that RT, building up that power. I don't see any upgrades on any team yet. Oh, and I just saw one completed. So Crag Hive has been completed by Saunamen, and we're seeing they just destroyed a blueprint that was dropped in West Junction. That power is 88% built. That's a very good tactic to do, because if you build it all the way and then you get knocked out of there, guys, they can just take that power down, but they cannot attack a blueprint. So down over in C12, we see Llama moving through. He's going to go to Pipe Junction. We're seeing Le Puri coming right behind. Looks like Saunamen has switched out a member. I don't remember that on their earlier game roster. So now We is going to take the jump on Fix. 1-2, and almost goes down, but Fix does hold his own. That blueprint does get redropped in Overlook, and that power is going to be completed, and they're going to build that RT. Now Llama does take a couple of skulks down, takes down Marco and another one down in Pipeline. Very good job, 54% on this RT. And Sola and Peachum and Marco are going to be hitting Fix over here. He's trying to build this RT. He does get taken down. There's the recycle sound. Phase Tech has been started. So has Carapace, which is going to help them which is definitely going to help them take a few more chips before they die. Valde and Llama now moving over. Sorry, every time I pause in my talking, I do the biggest caster mistake, and I glance over at the chat. So sometimes when I read something, it ruins my flow. So let's get back in it, shall we? Sola and Peachum now moving in through Nanogrid. We saw a little bit of a skirmish happening going through the dome. Valde and Llama now moving into cargo. We see Marco there on the ceilings. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a view from Marco as he's in those vents. He's kind of knowing that those 2 Marines are there. He's just going to sit tight. That's a little boring, so we're just going to keep moving until he actually makes a move. Valde and Llama building up the power. We do have phase gates up. They are ready, and we're seeing Saunamen doing a little bit of RT harassing there, which is going to drop Mercury down to 4 RTs, but 1 blueprint being down. And that power is up in cargo. It looks like that that is going to be the next location for a phase gate. I'm going to call that right now. They're going to do a phase gate down in cargo. Now, meanwhile, Le Puri and Peachum doing a bit of RT harassing in C12, and there we go. Phase gate down in cargo. Marco now trying to make his move against Valde, trying to use the ceilings as cover, trying to figure out what to do right now. And now here, he's going to pounce. Let's see if this Marine is going to be able to... No, he takes him down. Valde does take him down. He's joined by Sola and joined by Nate, who is now alert. Good job there by Saunamen stopping that phase gate. That would have been very, very hard, especially that it's right next door to Mercury's home. Toby and B1 sneaking around in C12, about to drop that RT. We're seeing Fix rebuilding that RT down. Look at that. They were up to 5 RTs, Mercury, and they're down now to 2 with 1 blueprint. A little bit of fighting happening there in East Junction. We got a 94% built on this phase gate. Or phase gate. Power node. Sorry. Oh, and look at this. Huge push here by Mercury. Let's see if we can get one of their views. I'm going to try to get the view from Valde as they're pushing into Nanogrid here. You can see in that mini-map on the left, all those red dots that are moving, those are all of Saunamen's aliens trying to stop this push. Really good job. Llama taking down Marco and Sola, and Valde still alive. Look at these 4 Marines now pushing right into Nano. They're trying to snipe that RT from right there. We're seeing a lurk. Let's see if I can try to get a first-person view from this lurk from Nate. He's trying to just stop these Marines from coming in, and there goes that extractor. He's hiding behind this little cart. We do have Hydra farms all in there, so they're being cautious. They're not kind of moving in, losing their units. During that spectate mode, it looks like Mercury did lose 2 of their guys, Toby and B1, the only ones left. Llama building that RT and C12, and they are hightailing it out of there with their survivors, leaving the bodies of their downed Marines, saying, sorry guys, we'll remember you. So now, Marines now coming in, Valde coming in through topographical into East Junction. We're seeing B1 just sit there. We just passes him by. And it looks like he meets Valde. We do see shotguns. I heard shotguns. Shotguns have been completed. So that may tip the game a little bit. Let's look at the res here. P-res, Sola at 37, we at 37. So it looks like they're going for 2 fades. So Saunamen saving up for 2 fades right now. The other ones are skulks. We have 2 lurks on the field, which is Peachum and Nate. Llama and Toby coming right back in. Oh, and we do see... Oh, and we had one person in here. Sicknick is the ref. Alright, so Valde and B1 now. We have problems with people randomly joining the server. Sicknick needs to be on top of that. So Marco and Nate now fighting in C12. B1 and Valde. Cargo now has been claimed. We see those 2 crags in there, and look at that. Because the power was built all the way and they lost it, now the power is down. We got emergency lighting going on in there, and then it takes a while to actually fix that. And we, Peachum and Nate, now fighting against Valde and Toby. Let's try to get a little bit of first person here from these guys around the corner, using their spikes really well. And they are going to back off, and Toby, leaving Toby and Valde there. Alright, let's look at what's going on in the resources. 8 resource towers lost for Mercury versus 1 harvester for Saunamen. Team resources 281 to 215, so actually very, very close. Mercury does not have a big lead on that. Team kills 18 to 19, so pretty even so far in the engagements. There we go, doing the same thing. Let's see if Mercury can execute this better than Saunamen could in the last round. I'm going to keep tabbing just to see if, you know, people that aren't supposed to be here join, just if I can kick them. So sorry if I keep doing that every now and then. Valde, Toby, and Llama, nice little forward base. Now let's see how well this armory here helps with this forward push. So because they can keep kind of guerrilla tactic, fighting here in Nanogrid, taking pot shots in there, and they can keep coming back for, you know, more health and ammo. It looks like they are just getting killed there by Nate and the Hydras, forcing it being too much there. B1 goes down, Toby does go down, leaving this base vulnerable. Valde does come through, he gets taken out by Sola. Nate, Marco, and Sola in there. Llama does go down, and all of Saunamen responding to this. And it looks like it's gonna be the same outcome, 21% on this. Can Mercury hold this? B1 and Toby now joined by Valde in here. And it looks like they do hold it at 21%. They don't have welders to fix this. Armor 1 just about to come out soon. And here we got Toby and B1 taking down Peachum and Wee. And now they are moved all the way in here. Let's get a view from Llama as they are in Nanogrid. And Mercury is trying to make their push and claim Nanogrid as theirs. And you know what? If they can't have it, they're trying to make damn sure that Saunamen can. Armor 1, as you can see, just got finished. Cargo Hive has been grown. They are falling back to this armory. repairing, and while I was first personing there, it looks like a counter has happened there in East Junction, dropping that phase gate down, but they have re-dropped it. And look at the res. This is so even. 5 RTs versus 5 Harvesters. Look at how much res Saunamen is floating. 134. We are definitely going to see some fade egg drops here now that cargo is done. We see Sola and we, the ones that were saving up their P-res for it, have now gone fades. These are Shadow Step fades. These are not... I'm sorry, these are Shadow Step fades, so these are not Blink yet. Blink has now just started. I'm sorry, and I called it wrong. I saw the icon and I thought that Cargo Hive was done. It actually just completed now. So a Shift Hive Shade Hive has now been started. So we are seeing a big fight happening now. In Nanogrid, Toby, Llama, B1, and Valde now all coming in there with shotguns. Level 1 is coming, but they do have Armor 1, and Blink is only halfway done. Here they go, Saunamen, Sola, and Nate trying to take down that phase gate. 46% there. Still no welders to fix that up. And there we go, welders has just been completed, and Toby and Llama just finishing that off. Let's see what else is going on around the map. We're seeing Wee trying to take down this Skylights RT. Valde and Fix there. He smartly gets out of there. No, he's going to... Oh, just move through. I thought he was going to engage. That would have been really, really tough. And we're seeing Mercury in topographical. 64% on that RT. And we are seeing now a phase gate under duress going up in Nanogrid. And we are seeing Toby and Llama build up that phase gate. This one is going to get recycled, and so is this forward base. And they are going to establish here in Nanogrid. The fight for Nanogrid goes to Mercury after minutes of trying. Blink now has been completed. Bile Bomb is almost done. That RT in topographical is toast. Llama and Valde do take down that RT and clean out the rest of Nanogrid. That is going to basically leave the rest here, and Pipeline has just been dropped just a few seconds ago. We're having a 3-hive situation. Great job here for Saunamen for map control. Look at this map control. Basically, this, I mean, Saunamen owns this entire map. I mean, that may give them the edge in this match. And then obviously it's going to come down to individual player skill. That phase gate is up there. I don't see an armory still dropped. We do have armor 1, weapons 1. We do have silence up for the aliens. So that's going to make it just a bit harder. It's going to give them a chance to get that first hit. Wee takes down B1, stabs him through the heart with those fade blades. And Llama taking some shots on Wee as he passes by. He's at 60% health. He's coming back to finish the job on Llama. Llama gets his head taken out. And there's the armory there in Nanogrid. Valde is going to be there to hold that. Oh gosh, Nate now in against Fix. Sola coming right around the corner. These fades are doing a fantastic job. Just killing Mercury left and right. B1 and Toby moving through the vents into C12. Mercury is the only one there as a skulk. He does hear the footsteps. And it looks like he's going to try to make a jump, even though he's really low health. He gets joined out of nowhere by Wee. And Toby does take down Mercury, and Wee gets out of there. He's now going to try to get in there to finish the job against Toby. Looks like he's going to be able to do that. He's going to phase right back into Valde. Valde might get him down. Wow, 5% health on that fade. He barely gets out of there, and Valde is now going to move to reinforce Nanogrid. Sola now taking down Llama over in Skylights. We have a blueprint of an RT sitting there. They're sitting on 4-1, 3-1 for Saunamen for the RT count. This is a very, very, very close game. I mean, this can still go either way. We see Armor 2 going. I mean, the resource flow on both teams is pretty good. I mean, I think it's tipping a little bit more in favor to Saunamen at this point, but Mercury could still pull ahead. I mean, they are on a 3-hive situation here. I mean, they're sitting pretty. 75 T-res. We're seeing Nate now has 51 resources. Marco has 52. Mercury has 56. They can all go phase if they wanted to right now. But I'm sure one of them is going to be saving 4 Nonos. Toby and B1 up against Sola in Nanogrid. And look at this. Look at this fighting that's going on. Saunamen has Mercury well on the defense. Well on the defense. That's all they can do right now. They're losing RTs. I mean, Saunamen's pressure teams are doing a fantastic job keeping pressure all over the map, not just one area. We're seeing now Valde and Toby's trying to move into C12. Phase gate going down. Marco is in the vents. He's seen that as a fade. Let's see if he's actually going to jump. He's going to try to jump and get one of them. One of the fades goes down. Marco does take down Toby. Blinking around trying to take... Oh, and he goes down! Marco does go down, and you saw that from a first-person view. And look at this, while I was doing that, in Nano, a counter happening. Phase gate going down, and they are going to clean that up. There we go. And we had an Onos egg dropped by Saunamen, because I just read off the P-Res. I know none of them had enough for an Onos. That is a T-Res Onos that Lapuri has. And that is going to be really hard. We only have an advanced armory going now. Armor 2, weapons 1 for Mercury. Great job, Saunamen. Look at this. Nanogrid being the contested point on this map. Here comes Toby. B1, Valde. Let's try to get... Oh my god, Lapuri is almost down. He better be careful. 600 health, 500 health, 300 health, 340. And they do clean it up. 356 health on that. He's going to go after the power now. This is going to be tough. I mean, Mercury now just been sitting on one command center. They're not going to have access to higher upgrades. Advanced Armory has just been completed. I mean, you got 2 fades, 1 lurk, 1 Onos on the field. This is going to be an uphill battle for Mercury. So this now Mercury coming into Nanogrid saying, hey, this is our base. Toby, Llama, and B1 attacking the harvesters in there. And we're seeing now, where is that Onos? I'm just going to try to follow him. Oops. That Onos is in Nanogrid trying to help against B1, Llama, and Toby. And here comes the rest of the alien team. I mean, at this point, Mercury has very, very few options. They are down on the res node count. They are losing now almost all engagements on just weapons 1, armor 1, and they only have shotguns. They don't have a second CC. We are going to see a good game soon. I mean, this is tough. There it is. Good game. 17 minutes. So I was wrong on that. Woo! Wow. Saunamen wins. We go 1-1 on this matchup. Mercury versus Saunamen.